Shazam and Thor switch powers. Let me explain. DC and Marvel recently released 2 new crossover webcomics on their respective apps, and for Marvel Unlimited, we got Thor and Shazam. This is actually a genius crossover if you're aware of the secret identities of both characters. Of course, they both have lightning and thunder related god powers, but when Billy Batson says the word Shazam, which is an acronym for different gods, he transforms into Captain Marvel. But back when Thor had a secret identity, he could slam Mjolnir down to revert to his mortal form, Dr. Donald Blake. And when Dr. Blake slammed down his cane, he transformed into Thor. However, the crossover starts with Blake being confused and unsure of what his cane does, when suddenly a train appears in front of him and takes him to the Rock of Eternity. Here, Donald Blake meets Mamaragon, the Wizard, and Captain Marvel. The Wizard tells Blake of his true identity, and Blake attempts to turn into Thor, but fails for some unknown reason. And so, Captain Marvel attempts to fix this by saying the magic word, transforming him back to Billy Batson and Blake into Thor. However, the cane still isn't transformed into Mjolnir. Soon after though, the Captain Marvel villain, Mr. Mind, bursts in, revealing he stole Thor's powers and many other gods to make his own magic acronym. The two heroes try to fight Mr. Mind, but fail as only one can have powers at a time until suddenly Thor tells Billy to slam down his cane, turning Billy back into a hero and giving him Mjolnir. The two gain an upper hand, but once again, Mr. Mind overpowers them and takes Mjolnir, deciding to slam it on the ground to deprive Thor of his powers. However, that's not how his powers work, and Mr. Mind is instead rid of his own powers, with the wizard then taking Mr. Mind's ability to speak so he can't transform back. The two heroes begin to say their goodbyes, but before they leave, Thor slams the cane on the ground, turning him back into Blake, but turning the cane into Mjolnir, revealing that the mortal Donald Blake was still worthy of lifting the hammer.